Hi my dear students, myself Sachin. Today I am continuing the topic of stopping sight distance. Okay, what do you mean by sight distance and horizontal alignment? Let us see. First we will start up with the sight distance. What do you mean by sight distance? As we know, the name itself indicates sight distance, which is nothing but the human eye or naked eye up to what extent the human or driver can see while driving the vehicle in a highway pattern. First one, sight distance. The sight distance is available from the point of actual distance along the road surface. Assume this is the road and the vehicle is moving here. Up to what extent the driver can visual or nothing but up to how much distance can be the visually seen by the driver. That distance is called as an sight distance. In this figure we can clearly see that the car is moving here and the height of the eye will be up to this much and the distance will be known as a S indication of distance. This will be the line of sight of the driver. Here one object is there, that will be called as an height of an object. The driver is sitting in the car, up to S distance he can see the distance, that is known as a sight distance. As per the textbook definition, sight distance is available from the point of view actual distance along the road surface which a driver from specified height above the carriageway. Carriageway is nothing but, as I already told, the path of the vehicle. In this figure 2, this will be figure 1, figure 2, you can see that a vehicle is stopped here and one more vehicle is coming here. You can call this as a point A, B, C. In this figure, the driver A can see the figure directly C point, but he cannot see the car B. But the car driver B can see both A and C. Obviously, the driver C can see the directly car A, but cannot see the car B. In such a way that when the car A, car B, and car C all are meeting at the same point, the collision or accident should not be happened. Like that, we should design. That distance is known as a sight distance. So in this sight distance, different distance are there. First one, stopping sight distance. Usually we can call this as an SSD. SSD, stopping sight distance. Next one is OSD. As the name indicates, overtaking or passing sight distance. We assume we are traveling in a road in the car. In front of our vehicle, one more vehicle is going. It may be a lorry or it may be a bus. Obviously the vehicle of the speed will be lesser to our speed. Assume we are going at 100 km per hour and in front of our vehicle one more vehicle is moving at a speed of 50 km per hour, half of the our velocity. For what time and what distance up to we can cross that vehicle and how much time is required to cross that vehicle and how much distance is required, that whole comes under this condition, can be called as an overtaking sight distance. Next, safe sight distance for entering into a uncontrolled intersection. As we know, the here intersection point is there. In this condition, uncontrolled intersection, what will be the safe sight distance? And the next one is intermediate sight distance. Intermediate sight distance, let's see one by one. And the last one is headlight sight distance. Totally these are 5 types of the sight distance. First one, stopping sight distance. Second one, overtaking sight distance. Third one, sight distance at an intersection. Okay, let us start off with the first one, SSD, stopping sight distance. The minimum sight distance available on a highway at the spot, it should be sufficient length to stop the vehicles. Okay, assume this is the road, our vehicle is moving here. the minimum sight distance for the visualization of the driver, how much distance is required to stop the vehicles or to control the vehicles to avoid the accidents or collisions without damaging the any passengers or any vehicles. That safety should be considered, the speed should be reduced, how much distance will be taken, that is known as a stopping sight distance. Overtaking sight distance, as the name indicates, again here we are moving in front of, or one more vehicle is moving, just we wanted to overtake the vehicle, that distance is called as an overtaking sight distance. And the last one, sight distance at intersection, the driver enrolling uncontrolled intersection, as I already told in the previous figure, in such a way as that has sufficiently visibility to enable him to the control the vehicle of the without avoiding the collision. Means it should be control the vehicle in a intersection points unsignalized. Usually in the city area or rural, in the urban areas we can expect the signals, but in some cases in the rural areas or any lower population density areas, the signals will not be there. In such cases the sight distance should be provided, that sight distance is known as an sight distance at an intersection. And the next one, intermediate sight distance, this is defined as the twice the SSD, nothing but SSD into 2, or twice than SSD, 2 into SSD. But when the overtaking distance cannot be proved, in such cases intermediate sight distance is given, but this sight distance should be twice than the stopping sight distance. Next one is headlight sight distance, this is the distance visible to the driver during the night time. Usually the vehicle may travel in a night time or daytime. In the night time there will be a curve like this, our vehicle is moving and the distance light will be projected in front of the vehicle. But in a curved areas the headlight distance cannot be covered. In such cases the minimum distance visible to the driver during the night time without collision, that distance is known as an headlight distance. Okay, these are the brief introduction. Let us see one by one. First one is the SSD. As we already discussed, minimum sight distance available on the highway at any spot having a sufficient length to enable the driver. Okay, in this totally 4 conditions should be applied. Stopping sight distance means when the driver is moving on a vehicle, suppose instantly he sees any obstacle in a travel, he should read the travel, he should read the obstacle, what type of the obstacle it is and what is the precaution should be taken, whether he should apply the brakes or he should increase the velocity of the vehicle, that all comes under this sight distance. First one, criteria for the measurement. In this criteria for the measurement, our vehicle is moving here at a distance of height h. This height distance capital H should not be less than 1.2 meter as per our code, IRC code. H is nothing but an height of the driver eye above the road surface. If it is a curve or it is a valley or if it is an horizontal curve, anything, the height of the sight distance above. In the night time we can see when the vehicle is moving, any obstacles like animals or snakes, anything can be travel over the road surface area. In such cases we should avoid the accidents or collisions. That height is minimum should be 1.2 meter. And small h, height of the object above the road surface, because we are sitting at a top over the seats, the height will be around 1.2 meter. The obstacle may be smaller, assume this is in any potholes or any humps in the roads, that can be called as a small h, the height will be 0.15 meter. Okay. Now let us see the most important factors affecting the SSD. What are the factors affecting? First one is the total reaction time for the driver. One just small example, if we are moving in a very top speed, suppose any animal or any obstacle observed by the driver, what will be the reaction time for the driver? Without panic, the driver should control the vehicle. That will be called as an reaction time of the driver. Usually the reaction time will be 0.15 to 4 seconds. Next, speed of the vehicle. If the vehicle speed is more, then we need to control, or we need to get a SSD for a longer time. I'm continuing the factors. First factor, reaction time for the driver. As I already told, if the vehicle is moving on a faster, the reaction time will be required much lesser. If it is moving in a slower direction, you can control easily. Next one, speed of the vehicle. Assume the vehicle is moving at a very top speed, automatically we should maintain a longer stopping sight distance. Next one is most important, efficiency of brakes. uh, Road is like this, we are moving it like here. Suppose we haven't gotten any obstacle here, like any pothole. After seeing the obstacle, the driver should stop the vehicle without collision or without uncontrolling on over the speed. Again, if it depends on the efficiency of brakes, how much type of the brake have been adopted, how much type of the tire frictionals are over the road surface areas, and the next one is frictional resistance between the road and tire. Obviously, if the road if the road is a flexible pavement or rigid pavement, which is dependent on the factors affecting, because if it is an flexible pavement, we can control easily comparing to the flexible pavement as well as rapid.